Panuozzo, the world's best street food sandwich.
When most people think of Italian sandwiches, they think of paninis. But in my opinion, the Panuozzo pizza sandwich is where it's at and deserves way more recognition than it gets. Here's my attempt to pay homage to what I think is the world's best sandwich.
So, first thing we need is 00 flour. This is a fine ground, high protein flour, which is perfect to develop the gluten strength that we need to make good pizza.
I'm going to be making 4 300 gram dough balls at 65% hydration. To get our quantities, we multiply 300 by 4 to get our total weight of 1200 grams. 65% hydration means the weight of water used is 65% of the total weight of flour. So we divide the total weight by 165 equals 7.27 and multiply that by 100 for the flour, 727, and multiply by 65 for the water, 473. Then we put in 0.7 of dry yeast, which is 5 grams, and an equal amount of sugar. Give that a quick stir, and we're ready to make our dough. Now at this point there's going to be people in the comments thinking, why have you not put salt in? Where's the olive oil? Now we will be putting this in later, but we don't want to put it in too early as both salt and olive oil can affect the formation of the gluten network, which is really essential to give you a really nice stretchy and elastic dough and a nice chewy crust. Now we want to get our dough together in the bowl, and once it's together we can give it a bit of a knead and then pull it out onto the counter for some stretch and fold.
So one of the biggest mistakes people make when they're making dough is as soon as they turn it out like this, they put flour down. Now that's the last thing we want to do. We've measured out the flour in this really accurately, and we're going to work in the gluten strength. And the last thing we want to do is mix in any flour that hasn't absorbed moisture or that we haven't kneaded.
Now when we're doing this, we want to add some olive oil to our hands, and this will help stop the dough sticking.
We've always got to keep the top as the top. This is the top. Now this will be the top all the way through our process now, even to the end pizza. And the top is much less sticky than the underneath.
Now for a final slap and fold before we add the salt. If you want to learn more about dough, be it pizzas or baguettes, I highly recommend you check out Richard Bertinet. He's the master of bread and the guy behind the slap and fold technique. I'll link him down in the comments. We can now add our salt, which is 2% of the weight of flour. And the olive oil is just what we've been adding in our hands the whole way through. When we stretch out the dough to add our salt, we want to turn it upside down, add the salt, turn it the right way up so the top's the top, and then we can stretch and fold and work that salt in, and then we're ready to let it rest for half an hour. Now a quick little stretch and fold, and we're ready to divide up our dough balls.
We're going to chop these up into 300 gram pieces. Then from our dough balls, we just put them in little takeaway containers. That's our dough balls.
And don't forget to put some olive oil on top to stop it drying out.
Now I'm going to put 2 in the fridge and 2 on the side. I'm going to leave them for about 2 to 3 hours to prove. Right, to stretch out you need a mix of semolina, polenta and just regular flour. This is quite coarse and it allows the pizza to sort of slide around like little ball bearings. Start from the middle and just press out to the outside. So once we've stretched out our pizzas, we're going to put a bit of olive oil on the inside, so when we fold it over it doesn't stick.
Now this oven is the Unicoda 16 and it's got to be one of the best things I've actually bought. It's one of a range of new gas portable pizza ovens that have come out over the last 10 years and they're really good. There's Uni and Rockbox which are sort of leading the way, but there are other cheap alternatives available which are really worth getting.
Look at that. Check these out. Absolutely fantastic. So for one, we're going to use this butterbell mozzarella.
And on this second one we're doing gorgonzola with figs and balsamic glaze. Now unfortunately these figs were just store-bought because we didn't have any ripe on the tree, but this is like the reason why I have so many fig trees, so this combination of figs, blue cheese and prosciutto. And some fresh pesto from the garden. And then we'll just finish it off with some lettuce and rocket, and then balsamic glaze and some olive oil. If you've liked this video, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel, it really does help. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.
Look at that, the world's best street food sandwich.